Hello everybody, welcome to David's Kitchen. We're going to get right into it today. We're going to be doing a bacon wrapped chicken, $3 for 2 people. And we've got some ingredients that are pretty nice. Some strips of bacon, turkey bacon, that's non-nitrated, no MSG, and some 2 chicken tenderloins, one of which is longer than the other. Breast meat is really essential that you buy the right kind of food. And I stayed away from Tyson because it was just too tough. I'm hoping that company gets a little bit better with their food quality. It's disturbing to see, that they actually created the panko chicken nuggets with rubber in them. And 36,000 pounds of Tyson Foods and other companies were recalled. Putting rubber in chicken, I think it's time to rework what Tyson's all about and focus on quality. I really think that they should really move in that direction. However, Foster Farms is really, really good. I don't know if you can get Zaki in your area. That's pretty good. But in my area, the best place to get chicken is Trader Joe's because they have bags for about $7 and they're about almost 3 pounds. And it's really high quality. Really well made. They claim at Trader Joe's that there's no GMO food in their bags, in their food. So they wrote me a letter and they actually signed it saying, to the best of our knowledge, we have no genetically modified food in our house. So I bought their chicken. I went and got 3 bags of their chicken. Just a couple of these tenderloins is really minimal. That's like less than $1.50. The meat right there is less than $1.50 if you shop around. But if you get it for $2, I've accommodated that. Yeah. Chickens are hard to raise, Jimmy. Yeah. Arkansas, what's going on? Headquarters of Tyson is Arkansas, that's right. I want to work with Tyson too when I'm president. I want to make sure that they work with all the local farmers. And in fact, if we could get Dow Chemical to take away their chicken waste, we could save the environment all around Tyson without charging them anything. Because these companies, they tend to not want to make any concessions and spend money. And if we as a government can do that and bridge that gap and help make that connection, we could probably get organic fertilizer into the Dow Chemical business. I know that sounds pretty weird, but I really want Dow to make a transition to natural fertilizer and natural ways of dealing with pests and weeds as well. As you know, I'm one of the first people in the country to spearhead organic food production. I was the guy that walked into Safeway markets and talked to the general manager about organics back in the early 80s. And I thought I had a sale. I really did. But in fact, he said he was like super excited. I was like, well, great. What do you want to buy? Oh, nothing from you. I said, well, what can I do for you? He said, thank you for coming in here. You've awakened me. And since then, they are the largest producer of organics, the O brand, the largest producer of organics in the world. Isn't that amazing? All because of you-know-who walking in and telling Safeway, this is what's going on. I sent out press kits all across the country, 50 pages full of evidence that organic is the way to go. And I know people right now that still say organic is meaningless. If you have an option of eating something without pesticides and herbicides, wouldn't you want to take that? Now I don't know if this chicken is organic. I don't know if the turkey was organic. I'm getting a phone call right now. Somebody asking me a question. Let's get that call. Oh, he's one of the many people who've been blocked from our... We've got a caller block system that works great. All right, so I'm going to cut up kind of a little onion in this dish. And we're going low light today. I decided to go low light because last time I ran the bright lights and somebody said, dude, your hair is turning gray. There is some gray hair in my hair. I'm not denying that. But when you put a fluorescent light on it or an LED light on it, it definitely sparks concern. Okay, we're going to take a couple mushrooms from our collection of big batch of mushrooms I pick up. Organic mushrooms. I get it in bulk, of course. And I'm going to pull up this pull out the first knife. Oh, those really stay in there. These are the amazing Damascus steel with 67 layers, sharpest blade in the world. Although I can't verify that. Hey, it's time for a coffee break. Yeah, you can't see through it. All right, let's get this thing kind of like dialed in. We're gonna cut the mushrooms. There you go. Oh, hang on, I got another block call. Yeah, you can't call here. You've been a bad person calling. So you got blocked, sir. Yeah, death threats, that kind of thing will get you blocked. Okay. I like to just hold them down like this and slice them very gently. See that? That's super easy. You don't want to put the blade right there because then it could hurt your finger. And then I'm going to take a portion of an onion and just kind of like slice down the side. Always concentrating whenever you're handling a knife. Now this dish is going to require kind of a pan to kind of grill the chicken initially, because you want to get the flavor to go all the way through. So I recommend slightly searing the chicken in the onions and the mushrooms. We'll get the onions and mushrooms going ahead of time. All right. Now this is the leathery portion of an onion that you may or may not want to use. It depends on how, stingy you are. If you cut it down to size, it usually softens up. All right. Voila. Isn't that nice? Now I'm going to peel the potatoes right now. I got basically a large potato and a sweet potato. Combined, they cost about maybe $1. I'm going to say 70 cents. Rocking the mods again. Yeah, the mods are doing great. Hey, you see my little cucumber? Yeah, see what I'm doing here? I do this every day. Yeah, when I'm just like, somebody said, "Hey, Dave, what are those things in your forehead?" Well, they're like wrinkles from when I was younger, and I put this cucumber on it, and it's kind of amazing. It kind of makes you feel fresher, and so try it sometime. Cucumber, it's a free thing you could do. It's just really easy. It's organic, yeah. Yeah, try it. Don't spray Windex on your face. I am gonna kind of spread garlic over these chickens. So, in fact, let's peel the potatoes. As my grandmother used to say, first things first, right? And cooking is kind of like doing things. It's kind of like work. You could actually make money cooking if you wanted to, if you like cooking for people. But I don't like cooking for people that waste food. I'm kind of like Anthony Bourdain that way. He hated food waste, and I really despise it. And I know a lot of you people throw a lot of food away, and you're like, dude, I don't like that. You heard the plane, right? Yeah. That was a low level. I normally get 120 decibels, which is kind of screwed up. I was telling Scissor Fight last night that it's like I get liver damage going outside. I get, and the federal judge in the area in Seattle didn't care at all. I'm definitely going to be firing him. He won't have a job. What he does is stand in the way of scientific evidence from epidemiologists that this type of jet can actually lower your hearing ability. I told Scissor Fight I couldn't even hear the dubbing he did the other day. I've lost 20% of my hearing just living here. Yes, thank you. Evidence T. Rucker's alive. I'll take it. All right. That's not the evidence we're looking for. Yeah. Uncle Fester. Poor guy. You lost your account over that, man. That's a bannable offense. Okay, you never noticed the plane noise? Back when you lived here, Real Magoo, the plane noise was negligible. When I moved here 25 years ago, we had like 3 flyovers a week. It was ridiculous. And of course they said we were in the no-fly zone. Anyway, it's a really nice area if you like beauty and nature. I mean, I literally could feed the deer. They come out in my backyard every day. I've got the beautiful little birds. I have the most beautiful birds that live here. It's kind of like a sanctuary in the midst of the jet noise. And I have my koi pond, and you know, it's just an absolutely idyllic place to live. And the sacrifice is I have to literally run inside the house or wear heavy-duty protection when I go outside, which kind of is messed up, especially since Patty Murray authorized the 50 more jets that really didn't meet the qualifications that Airbus had offered. And I think she rigged the entire event so that all these jets are now test flown right above my house. Okay, 2 potatoes done. There we go. All right, we're going to get this pan. We're going to get the pan going back here. There we go. All right. It'll be a short book. You can feed 50 people on $2 fairly easily. Just nobody likes it. Nobody likes the food you're eating. If you were to buy a 20-pound sack of potatoes for $2, and I just almost did. I showed you the bag last week, a 30-pound sack, and I got for $3. Or no, it was a 20-pound sack I got for $3. But if you spent $2 on potatoes, you could pretty much scrounge around to every fast food restaurant in your area and get enough condiments. You know where I'm going with this, right? Just slice those potatoes up, do a quick boil, drop the boil, don't get them mushy. You want to make them al dente. And then just cover them with, you know, pickles and ketchup and mustard. Yeah. Whatever you can find in the condiment section. I guarantee I could feed quite a few people that way. Hey, you're not allowed to promote your site here. That was a bannable offense. Luke, you're really blowing out into the wrong area here. We have a very nice chat room. We want to make you a permanent part of our show, but you just got banned. Yeah. You use rose-infused water spray and look almost as good as you. There you go, jacket. See what I mean? Hey, our skin is under attack completely. I'm going to turn that burner on level 3, by the way. I'm just warming it up right now. I'm going to take a little bit of the garlic I have here, and I just get a spoonful. And the first thing I do is take that spoonful, like that. It's very, very pungent. And just kind of rub it on the outside of the chicken, like that. There you go. That's going in the mix. I'm just gonna, and then take a little bit of Italian seasoning and just kind of lightly Italian season the top of that. All right, you'll see where I'm going with that. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in this dish, this pan rather. I'm gonna use my extra virgin olive oil, organic. I got it for $5.99. All right. You like the deals I get. They're really good. And anyway, I think I spent $5.99 on that too. All right. Now while that's heating up, I want to get it to a hot point where it's seared almost. Yeah. Now there's a thing I'm going to have to do with the potatoes. I'm going to have to cold cook them like I just described. So pretend like I was cooking for 10 people for $2. And I'm going to take the potatoes and kind of cut them in half here with this knife and just dice them at this point. But before I do that, this is kind of in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the pan on the oil. All right, natural progression of things. I usually use this knife, so why don't I go back to my other bigger knife to scoop with. That'll be my scooping knife. This was the original Rogers and Master Guild from the 1960s. This is the one that I I can't retire it. I can't break from having it. It's just too good of a knife. I sharpen it, yeah. I haven't sharpened the Damask blades, though. All right. Get your tidy whitey out so you can clean your hands off. You're not walking around with feces on your hands. And I was telling you last week that the kitchen and these rags you have are as dirty as your toilet, if not dirtier. They did a study. What do you do? Let's just change it, yeah. Huawei, hey, hello brand. Huawei is in here to talk about tonight's episode. Cool, thanks for coming in, man. I'm glad you heard about me. Finally, corporate people are waking up to how big I am worldwide. Thank you, and thanks for watching us. You're building the momentum to create a third party in America. You really are. All right. I'm going to get a little water in this container right here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water. So let's show you how much a little bit of water is. Just enough to get a little bit of a steam going, and so nothing will stick. So you're basically lifting the vegetables slightly off. They're buoyant. But you're getting enough to get a heat going really quick. So I'm going to put this on this other burner and get that going up to level 6 right away. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're going to go to our different setting today because of the attack. Sorry, but, slow mode has to go on. There you go. Good Lord. I know. I couldn't believe that was so disturbing. Thank you, guys. We handled that attack over at Vaughn. As you know, I'm one of the most trolled people in the world, which makes me one of the most invincibly trolled people in the world. They can't stop me. And I even got a song dedicated to it. Scissor Fight gave it to us, Can't Stop song, which I rarely play here. Okay, that's getting hot. Let me stir this around. I'm going to turn both up to 6 because this is not getting quick enough. That's a slow burner over there. Takes its time. All right, David, your trolling conspiracies are pathetic. No one cares about it. Hannibal, it's the truth, man. I'm huge. You guys are like, you can't stop me. You're like flicking off fleas off of a gossamer image. I don't even have a need to have flea protection because I'm like a completely Teflon guy. You can't even get near me. Yeah, there's nobody who can get near the veracity of this show and the integrity that we exude every night, Sarah and I, and that's what people love. They love it worldwide. It's the honesty that we bring to American politics, which is so dearly lacking. Thank you. All right, we're gonna cut the potatoes up while the burner gets hot. Let's show you what we got. This super knife, look at how quick that cuts through there. Wow. Then I'm gonna bisect this a little bit. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Love it. Man, this is super easy. And we'll do the same thing with the sweet potato. Oh, that's tough. Be very careful with the, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I almost need a bigger knife for this one. I'm just going to make stabs into it. Wow. Now I do sweet potato because Sarah does not like regular potatoes. She likes to eat the sweet potatoes because she feels that regular potatoes are nightshade vegetables, which can cause inflammation in her joints. And that's what she's preferably eats that. That really helps to have a knife with this leverage too. A big knife couldn't cut this. That's why I chose a small one. That is really good. Thank you. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken face first on the pan. Everything's cooking nice and quick. That's a hot skillet I've got back there. I'm just going to go face first with garlic down like that, and then smother it with onions and kind of cover it up. And then give it a shake. You don't want it to stick, so shaking it really helps. David, that's a bad thing. You'll be 5-minute penalty. Sorry. And Pastor Jackson, you just got kicked out. That's amazing. You can't use the N-word here, man. We don't hate people of different race. Yeah. Yeah, our U.S. food is banned over there, yeah, in Europe. This chicken is from Trader Joe's. It's all natural. Name your price. That's not a non-stick pan. I won't cook with that stuff. That's highly toxic. I use stainless steel. That means you got to move quick. Okay, rotate the chicken. Just kind of cover it, move it around a little bit. Remember, the only water in there is the onions themselves. That's the only water in there. It's oil, a little virgin olive oil, organic onions, California garlic, Italian seasoning. Yeah, I don't trust any nonstick. Even the new ceramic stuff hasn't been tested. Yeah, no way. All right. Hey, get some insulation on your 5G network. I'd like to, consider the future will be limiters in America. I'm introducing the 5G Plus network tonight in our show, Technology Thursday. So I'll be talking about that tonight. Thanks for coming in, Huawei. David, have you tried eating only organic? Yes. I used to eat only organic when I was a young man. In fact, I was a vegetarian when I was in my 20s for 5 years. Don't take any money to spam our chat. It's going to cost you spiritually. Every single dollar that goes in your pocket is going to be another year with hell, burning in hell with evil forces around you. You'll be suffering in your afterlife for doing anything against me. That's how it works. It's a yin and yang. Okay, that water's boiling over here, and you want to turn all the handles away. You don't want to have the handles near you. I'm going to put a little Himalayan salt in there for my Himalayan salt bag, which is 50,000 years old. And a little pinch of salt in the water. And throw those potatoes in. Let me get my good knife to do this. I love this knife. I also love the Damascus steel, but it's not really a love. It's more like, wow, like an awe. I love this knife. I don't love Damascus steel knives. No, this is something I couldn't part with because it dates back, 50 years in my life. I started cooking with this knife. That was the one knife I learned on when I was 8 years old. Bless you. Bless you for coming in and sharing this wonderful. I will turn off slow mode. Will you promise me you will be decent? Promise? I've never done the humanure thing, Sir Jimmy. I just don't believe it. Hey, it's time to turn that chicken or it's going to burn. Oh, perfect. Okay. See that? You want to get a little crispy on the outside, and I'm going to turn it off right now. Okay, the onions and garlic are glazed enough, and we're good to go. The chicken is now cooking in its own heat. I'm not done with the chicken. I'm still going to wrap it and recook it. It's a twice fried kind of thing. Okay, let's try slow mode off. Here we go. Be nice. You know how this show goes. That's right. You gotta train these trolls. It's kind of like the taming of the shrew. It's amazing. Hey, Baron Steinbear. Thank you for having a hero. Everyone needs a living legend. I happen to be the living legend. Yeah. Yeah, it's just boiling now. It's just starting to kick into gear. It's going to be about a 15-minute boil with the potatoes the way they are. Yeah. It's not going to be done right away, but I don't want them too overcooked because I'm going to kind of throw it all together in the pan and serve it out of the pan. Show you the pan and say, yeah, just turn it on warm and you can eat it later. Good evening. It does sound good. It's any bacon you want, Andrew. This is turkey bacon, to be kind to the Muslims and the Jews in the room. Showing great deference to all people. That's my personal forte, is to, keep forging forward with goals for humanity as opposed to hatred and divisiveness. That's something I'm really good at, is kind of bringing it all together. I'll definitely jump in the ring, and but if I can't get to my goal, which is to unite the country or whoever, I fail. So my goal is to unite the country. It's going to be difficult. We have to talk through a lot of issues. A lot of you are going to feel a little butthurt after you realize how much you've been lied to over the past 30 years. But I've made my assessments, and I think we're ready to go. We're ready to rebuild America. It's all set to go for 2020 as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that again is a bannable offense. You have been removed. It is hurt, yeah. Everybody has a cooking show. I'm leading on the cooking shows. I'm the one who trendsetted every one of them. I'm always leading in every single area. Donald Trump's ideas, most of them came from me, except for his bad ones, which were pretty bad. He's going forward with the emergency funding plan, which is fine. Now, the nice thing about a hard boil is if you want to throw some eggs in that boil right now, you could, and have boiled eggs if you wanted. Yeah. I mean, if you got some eggs and they're cheap, I don't see why you wouldn't add it to your dinner. I myself am cutting back, and I kind of limit my use of free range. I'm voting for America's third party, yes. We're going after the Zionists in a way that will eventually take their power away. Right now, there's not enough measures in place to prevent the kind of power mongering and lobbying that's been going on. And a couple of simple fixes in our government will eliminate the power of lobbyists. One is the flat tax, which will be essentially nobody gets taxed if they make less than $50,000. So you don't even have to file a tax return if you make less than $50,000 with this concept. Everything after that you have to account for and pay 10%. But there's no tax credits, no tax deductions in this plan. So the lobbyists can't really maneuver. As long as we keep it simple, they can't grab onto something and say, well, this corporation needs a special perk, and we would love to take you out on our trip to the Bahamas and pay your way. Do you like 5-star hotels? Well, who doesn't? We have a lovely place you can stay with a man named Jeffrey Epstein out on Orgy Island. We have a wonderful arrangement with his hotel and suite. All this stuff is going on. We can't just sit back and let that happen. So these are the changes that will happen in our country that will eliminate this type of pay for play that's been happening and corrupting our government. We're essentially fighting World War II again against the Nazis. Look at it that way. But it's not an action fight. It's going to be a passive fight. It's going to be a pacifist movement, third party challenging this power structure and growing in popularity. That's how it's meant to happen. All right, turn the water off. And if you've cooked it about 10 minutes or so, turn the water off. Let it cook in its own heat. Wow, you're pretty sick. I know Wig Night is Wednesday, Spade? The W thing? This is Tech Thursday, the T. Yeah, the Wig Night is the W night. I tweeted a few things, so you have a couple things on Twitter to look at today. I'm going to be building my Twitter. I'm pitching a lot of people. We talked to Nancy Pelosi last night. It was great. She really is incredible. I really believe it's her too. There's a possibility it wasn't Nancy Pelosi, but she certainly sounded like Nancy Pelosi. I think she's really kind of looking at the whole spectrum and saying, "What, Dave? Give me some. We love your show. Talk to me." I laid it out for her and showed her all the different ways that she can pursue this. There's so many different ways of an impeachment can take place. You know, I'm at the point where I'll trust anybody who's next in charge if they can present a good plan. I would trust Pence, but he doesn't have a personality, and it doesn't look like he's a guy who would even be open to climate change issues. Whereas Nancy, she totally gets it. Now, I'm not a big fan of Nancy. I've talked about all the money she's made. I don't know where that money came from while she was, in Congress for 20 years. Oh, guess what we're going to do? We're going to wrap the chicken right now. I'm going to lay the slices out like this. I have a little extra. I don't even need these other 2 slices. I'll probably use those later. But I'm going to take the chicken and put it right in the center, like that. And I'm going to take and wrap it around like this. Just make one loop, and I'm going to set it back on the grill. Now, if you have a toothpick, that works okay too. Oh, I think I should wrap it twice. Yeah, why not? I've got all the fixings here, so why not wrap it twice? I think I should do this at the same time. Oh, look at that. See how nice the grilling got? Okay, we'll do twice, 2 times. There we go. All right, then just take the whole thing and set it in the grill. Put it back on level 6. I'm going to make a smaller one here, I think. Just kind of a taster. Put any juice in there, and then... Okay, I'm ready to flip. You hear that sizzle? Okay, just take it and flip it right there. Okay, put it back on the grill. The nice thing about the turkey bacon, it's already pre-cooked. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to, you don't have to cook it for hours. It's very innovative. Yeah, nice color, yeah. A little bit right on the edge of burn. That's where I'm running around 5 or 6 in the electric oven. Now those potatoes are pretty much done. Yep. Perfect. All right, now I normally save water when it's winter time, but it's summertime, so I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go ahead and, while that's cooking up, I'm going to throw the potatoes on the grill with the onions. Just kind of pour them right on there. And turn the flame down completely to nothing. Now you can top it off with a lot of stuff, like you can top it off with a lot of stuff. Red pepper, yeah, that would be good. Chili powder. I'm thinking chili powder, but also paprika. Okay, so let's do that. Parmesan cheese for flavoring. If you want a little extra salt, you could even add salt to it. But I don't think the bacon itself has enough salt. No, we don't want Bernie. He's too old, and the facial acne and all the things that are happening, he needs to back off. Plus, he doesn't have a full understanding of the complexity of the corruption in this country. Bernie's immersed in it. I'm an outsider. I'm exactly what a third party represents. Somebody who can actually be the arbiter between the left and the right. I don't style my hair with anybody, Pastor Jackson. I'm pretty much the person who handles my hair. You'll see when I get in the show, it'll look different than what it looks like now. Hear that jet in the background? That's the sound of freedom. That's what we have to suffer, just so we have a free nation and guard against the dangers of Russia. And I put up with that every day so that we could be strong and vigilant against Russia's attacks. But Trump's on a phone call, a private call with Vladimir Putin on a cell phone that the NSA is not listening to. That makes me a little skittish. Yeah. We are open to discussing solutions with Russia, but as long as they're being controlled by Zionist elitists, they have no value in terms of our nation. In fact, they're meddling in our nation, and we don't like it. And we know it's deep. It's total collusion. We'll be talking about that in just a bit. All right, so I'm going to take my coffee in the other room, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here to doctor everything up. Okay, a little chili powder. And a little paprika. Not a lot of paprika and not a lot of chili powder. Okay. Now what I do right before I cover it up, I'll take a little bit of water, filtered water, and just throw it on it. Pull it off the grill and you're ready to serve. Look at that. Now that's dinner for two and more. I'm going to say dinner for two comfortably, but you can stretch it to three. So I'm going to raise it to three, and you can add whatever you want. If you want to add eggs or more money, whatever. Hey, thank you for coming in, everybody, to David's Kitchen. It does. It's not burnt at all. Everything, you shut the thing down right at the right time. All right, we're going to go ahead and put it on slow chat until I get into the other room. Thank you for coming into the David's Kitchen Hour. Yeah. Yeah. Ha ha ha. So many people. What a meal. Success. I know. Now, butter is great with this. You can garnish it with butter. You can serve it without butter, and still it'll taste really good. Because the thing about it is that meaty taste is accentuated by the bacon taste. And it just kind of pushes right through, and you can't stop eating. It stimulates your taste buds and your olfactory senses, which would mean your smeller, for all you people who don't know what I'm talking about. Olfactory senses are, very important when eating. Knowing that the food is clean and no GMO and no no glyphosate and Roundup. I can't really guarantee that. I wish I could with the potatoes, because I had to literally buy Yukon Gold potatoes. I don't know what they use on them. So I'm kind of questionable about some of the items. But hey, when you can buy all organic but still save money, do it. That's right. I'm eating them. I'll be eating dinner with this combo tonight. I'll probably have that small chicken breast because I'm kind of lightening up. I'm getting ready for my summer workout schedule where I start working out for the 2020 election. I'm going to get my swimming back up. I need to get my long stroke going, All right, we're going to talk to you later. Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you on the flip side as well. Okay, this is David's Kitchen signing out. What we got?
You're listening to virtual interactive chat like you've never heard before. We are discussing issues from both sides of the political spectrum every night. Join us as we take on the two-party system